Good morning, everybody. My name is Wes Davies. Welcome back to another, I would say, classic Wes Davies YouTube video. Back in the day when I first moved to Taiwan, I used to spend a lot of time just hopping on my scooter or getting in a car and heading out into the mountains and exploring some of the beautiful little local townships in Taiwan. And that is exactly what I'm going to be doing today. I am in Chishan, which is kind of northeast Kaohsiung County, and you can see right behind me, this is the old traditional train station. So I'm just going to be exploring this town a little bit, giving you some of the history of this area, tasting some very local, tasty delicacies, and then heading into the mountains. I want to see if I can find one of these famous waterfalls of the region. So thank you guys for watching today. I'm really excited to be doing one of these old school Wes Davies YouTube videos. So without further ado, let's get this day started. Okay, so let's start with a little bit of the history of this area, this Chishan area. So it was actually kind of developed during the Japanese occupation period of Taiwan. And one thing the Japanese realized was that for whatever reason, this area of Kaohsiung actually grew some of the tastiest, most delicious, top tier, grade A bananas that they had ever tried. So they built this railway up through here. This is the old railway station, the old hub of this entire region. And they used to plant these huge banana plantations and then ship them back to the harbor on the trains and ship them all the way back to Japan. And all throughout Japan, it was known that this area of Taiwan provided the best quality of banana. Okay, so I'm actually in the proper museum historical section of the railway station, and one thing she just let me know is that the government was actually going to demolish the old building here, but the residents of this area, they obviously hold a lot of nostalgic value for these old historical buildings, so they led a petition to allow the government to preserve this site as a historical site in Taiwan, and now it's become this gorgeous little, cute little museum here. You can see one of the original trains behind me, and if you buy a ticket, which is only 30 NT by the way, they give you a 30% discount on some ice cream. So this is actually locally sourced banana and chocolate ice cream. Oh yeah, that is so good for a hot day like this. I just love looking at this old train. You can just imagine back in the day, roaring up and down these railway tracks, shipping all these beautiful bananas down to the Kaohsiung harbor. So I really love this aspect of Taiwan, that they really do put a thought and energy into preserving their old history. And it's great for people like me from Canada. I can just come here, read all these signs, and just learn a little bit more about Taiwan's very interesting historical past. Oh, and by the way, you are allowed to come inside the train, and I really love how they've just preserved everything. It really feels like I'm stepping back in time, and this is just a nice, cool, shady, I think actually air-conditioned little train car for me to enjoy the rest of my ice cream before I continue my adventures today. I was just about to leave. Is it my imagination, or is this train moving now? And it sounds like a train moving. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. Okay, so not only is it a nice place to rest and relax, it's also a train simulator. Oh, this is great. Okay, all this talking is making me a little bit hungry. It's 12 o'clock now. I heard that there's a shop around the corner that serves some very local and delicious snacks, so let's go check that out. Okay, it is lunchtime, and I've just been walking around this town a little bit. I love how old school it feels. These like really ancient looking buildings and tiny little shops and restaurants and fruit stands and juice stands. It's really cool. And I've heard about this place actually from Google, and this is some of the most famous, what they call bawan in the area. It's kind of a gelatinous meatball, and this version is fried. She is frying them nicely right over there on that stove, so I can't wait to dig into this, topped nicely with a hearty helping of cilantro. And I mean, coming from Canada, we honestly don't get anything with this, I would say, gloopy texture. I think most of that comes from kind of rice starch or rice flour, topped with a red garlic sauce. And then inside, we've just got this presumably delicious pork meatball. So let's try that. So interesting. It's really like halfway between a dessert and a savory dish, because the sauce is sweet and garlicky, but then the pork inside is nice and salty, and the cilantro on top gives it that kind of fresh herb taste. And then, like, you've never seen that before. I don't know how many of my foreigner friends have ever tried this dish, but I would certainly like to introduce it to them. And yeah, let me just give that one more bite just to make sure it's good. Oh yeah, that's good. That is so good. I love that sauce. I'm a big sauce guy. And this is basically just meat and sauce, so you can't really go wrong to me. That is so delicious. Bawang. Very, very classic, traditional southern Taiwan dish. Whoa. Okay. Interesting. I don't know if this is a drink or like a dessert or both. It's not that sweet actually. I was expecting it to be super sweet. It almost tastes a bit cinnamony. There's cinnamon in this. Okay, that is super refreshing. I was expecting it to be sweeter, but it's almost a little bit spicious, a little bit savory. And I think it's that star fruit. I'm not really used to the taste of star fruit. It tastes a bit like cinnamon to me. And then the tofu is very cold and very refreshing. I've literally never had anything like this in my whole life. Okay, and then this, it looks like tofu, but it's actually made out of almonds. So it's like an almond tofu starfruit drink. Amazing. $45. This was more expensive than lunch, but it's still super cheap. This is less than $2, so really, really nice. Really unique. Yeah, kind of bold flavors. And the best part about it, it's cold. Okay, so I've been doing a little bit of research of what I can do in this area, and this kept on coming up on all the lists. This is the Chiwei Mountain, and it's actually one of the top 100 mountain hiking trails that you can do in Taiwan. It's actually kind of famous. I didn't actually realize that there was a mountain of such significance so close to Kaohsiung, where I live. So, I mean, the trail begins here. This is kind of the third entrance, which is supposed to be a little bit on the easier side of things. So somebody like me, if you're casually coming up here, maybe just take 10, 15, 20 minutes and you can follow the path and just have a nice, relaxing, leisurely hike. It's just nice to know that this is here, and it's really beautiful and quite peaceful out here. So yeah, Chiwei Mountain Hiking Trail. Wow, that was such a beautiful drive. I always love coming out into these mountains, taking an afternoon, and just driving on those roads. They're so beautiful. Anyway, we've just come to the Miaolin Butterfly Scenic Area, and this is home to a few different indigenous tribes. This is where you can come at certain times of the year to see the gorgeous purple butterflies. And I'm just gonna keep driving up this mountain. There's a very specific hike that I wanna go to. There's a very beautiful waterfall that I saw on the map. And further into the mountains, there's also a very little village, I would say indigenous village, that I really, really want to go back to. It's been years since I've been there. I've been thinking about that cute little village. So yeah, let's just keep going into these amazing mountains. Made it to the Luomusa Trail. This is the trailhead right here. You can just drive all the way up, basically as far as the road will take you, and then you can start your hike. So I'm really looking forward to this. It actually got a little bit overcast, which I am so happy for, because it was blisteringly hot. Hello. Earlier. So yeah, I'm just gonna check out this hike. It runs along this beautiful little creek here, and actually that Luomusa name, I believe it means something like beautiful valley, and I can tell why it got its name, because we are literally in this beautiful valley with a river, hello, a river running through it. This is just so beautiful. Look at this. That water looks super refreshing, but I did see some signs that say you're not supposed to play in the water. So I will stick to the trails, and also, you know, be conscientious when you're traveling in the woods and nature like this. Don't litter, don't be too noisy, be careful, wear the right equipment, wear proper shoes, and if you follow all the rules, you're going to have a great afternoon. As you can see, I made it to the waterfall. Wow, that hike was something special. First of all, let me say that the waterfall is absolutely spectacular. As you can see, it is so much bigger than I thought it would be. Oftentimes these waterfalls in the mountains will be really beautiful, but quite stout, a little bit short, but that one was massive. And I took my brand new drone up in the air, and yeah, you can just see these views that I was getting. Absolutely unbelievable. Now, I will say a couple things about this hike. First of all, I got really lucky that I came here and it became overcast and the temperature really cooled down and the sun went behind the clouds, because I think if I had come here on like a really hot sunny day with like super high humidity, I'm not sure that I would have been able to finish this hike. It was about 4 kilometers, tons of stairs. And you know, if you came here unprepared, if you didn't have the right shoes on, if you didn't bring enough water, this hike will be very difficult on a hot day like that. So just make sure you come prepared, check the weather, check your equipment, bring lots of water. Absolutely worth it. I'm definitely gonna be coming here again in the future. I wanna show my friends this beautiful place. Yeah, so once I get back to the road, then we'll proceed to our next destination. Okay, what a wonderful hike that was, and I especially love driving through these mountains. Everything is so relaxed and peaceful here. I've come to a little small town called Do Na, and this is where the Rukai people live. They're one of the indigenous tribes of the area, and I got a bit of an appetite going, a little bit thirsty. I heard they have some actually award-winning coffee here, so yeah, I'll let you know how everything is. Wow, it is so peaceful at this little coffee shop. Yeah, this looks really perfect for a hot day like this. It's ayu jelly with ice, and there's a little roselle flower, plum, and pineapple. So I'm just going to take a bite of that. Look at that. Just nice and sweet, refreshing, icy cold. That is just perfect for this hot day. Okay, the coffee has arrived, and this is apparently the award-winning Do Na coffee. So let's give that a try. Oh wow. Woo! That's strong. That's really strong. That's nice. Yeah, that's exactly how I like my coffee. Strong and black. Yeah, that coffee is really amazing. I can actually see why it's won some awards. And then we also have the Ma Gao latte. So I didn't even know what Ma Gao was until a few weeks ago when I went to Yilan, where I tried the Ma Gao beer. And I found a picture of it inside. It's actually, it looks like black pepper. So I'm really interested to see how it goes along with the latte. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it is a little bit peppery. It's got a peppery flavor to it, which actually I think complements the coffee really well. She's obviously done a great job making it look very artistic. Yeah, I mean, if you guys are in these mountains, you absolutely have to stop here. This is just such a nice place to relax and take a rest, enjoy some amazing coffee, beautiful little snacks, and maybe even learn a little bit about the indigenous culture and history of this area. Okay, I think that wraps up what turned out to be an absolutely amazing day. I had such a good time kind of getting outside of the city and exploring maybe some lesser known or secret parts of Kaohsiung. Yeah, I really encourage you guys to hop in a car, hop on a bus, get on your scooter, get outside the city. Like, there's so many wonderful places to explore that really aren't even that far away. I think next time I'm going to have to try the barbecue because that looks fantastic as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Get outside the city, go explore. Taiwan has so many amazing places, lots to offer, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Please like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys.